So a lot of you were asking about the OPPO Reno7 Pro. Also, we did a poll in which you wanted us to review the OPPO Reno7 Pro. So here it is. There was a lot of hype around the OPPO Reno7 Pro, so this review is for that. Now, we have talked all about the specs of OPPO Reno7 Pro in the unboxing video, somewhere right here. You can watch that. This review will be of much more practical points rather. First of all, the phone does look good. It has a metal frame, glass back. OPPO says it used a laser process to create texture on the back. Now I can show you using a microscope lens. See here, it does have a texture and a pattern if you see. Wow, things look so good up close. But the point is, in day-to-day life, when you use the phone, you will feel this nice texture in your hand every time. Nice. The phone is slim, has that one-handed design. No doubt it looks good and it is one of the premium phones in this range. But this notification light, some people liked it. Some people were like, who would use that? Well, to be honest, it's not something you could see from a distance, and you have to reprogram yourself to keep your phone upside down every time to see the notification light. Now, you don't have the option to change the color. Like, it would have been awesome if it was green for WhatsApp and blue for Twitter. But what you can do is, you can actually decide what apps can trigger this notification light. Like, Slack is important for me. We use it for work, and WhatsApp. I don't want SMS notification because pre-approved personal loan nahi chahiye mujhe. So I've turned to only Slack and WhatsApp, and now when it blinks, I know it's Slack or WhatsApp. But yes, colors would have been helpful. And moving on to the display, you get a full HD 90Hz AMOLED, and the bezels are very thin, as you can see. Now, interesting thing is it supports wideband L1 and you get HDR support on YouTube. So the display is bright enough, the color contrast is good. The viewing angle is also good and you don't see any tint at angles. But OPPO says that it supports HDR on Amazon Prime, whereas HDR on Amazon Prime Mobile is not available in India as of now, so that's one thing. One good thing is you get stereo speakers. The previous year OPPO Reno6 Pro had single speaker, and if you listen to the audio quality, so it's loud, it's bassy, it has that depth. Good one. Now the most hyped thing about OPPO Reno7 Pro is the camera. You get a 50 megapixel main sensor, which is the same sensor as the Nord 2. So OPPO talked a lot about Dual HDR, AI highlight, portrait, bokeh, flare mode, or etc, etc.
So we are out here in real life conditions to test the camera and see if these features are useful for you.
So first of all, the photos through the main camera look really good. They were really sharp. The colors are a bit boosted. Like here, if you see at the bridge color, it's not that blue in real life, or even the sky. It's not that blue, but the photos actually look eye-pleasing. I like the skin tone in outdoor conditions. Like in this photo on Manu's face, you see that white halo effect, but this is a very strong sunlight coming from behind. Even the wide-angle camera in good light is sharp enough and has that contrasty look, and the photos look good. There are some HDR misses here and there, like this Manu photo sitting on the couch. But overall, I really liked the look of the photos and the sharpness. OPPO also hyped up this AI highlight mode, which is great HDR in video. So you see, this is a strong backlight. As soon as I tap on AI highlight, you can see some of the bridges and buildings in the background now. And as soon as I start the video, you can see everything. This is like really good for dynamic range. Like this is how the movement was through my eyes. But you see on Manu, there is a bit of noise. So I'll use this AI highlight mode only at places where there is enough light. However, you have to see AI highlight caps the video to 1080p. Like here, when I tap on AI highlight, the video zooms in a bit and switches from 4K to 1080p. Now for human skin tone, I found the skin tone to be a bit warm. Like people like warm photos and it prefers warm skin tone to make it look eye-pleasing. So the 32 megapixel front camera is where all the hype was. The new Sony IMX709 sensor, which OPPO and Sony made together. It was like a brand collaboration. Now the biggest thing is it has dual HDR on the front camera. So normally how it works is when you take a photo against a bright light, the software takes one photo where I am bright and there's no background, and then it takes one photo where the background is seen and I am dark. Then using the software, it mixes both the photo to give you a perfect well-lit background as well as the subject. but DOL HDR does it on the hardware level within the sensor itself. It takes 2 photos. Even in selfies, it boosts the color a bit, but they look eye-pleasing. The dynamic range was also good, and overall, I liked the colors and tone of the photo. You also have that portrait bokeh flare mode, which actually converts the lights in the background to round bokeh balls. So we waited through the night to take some night mode photos, and here, even in normal mode, you can see it takes a bit of time to click photos in night, and due to lack of OIS, you can see the photo is a bit blurred and shaky. If it was OIS, the photo would have been much more stable, but you can switch to night mode, and now when you take photos, the photos are sharp compared to, if you see the before and after of this Manu photo, the photo in night mode is sharp. However, there is a bit of greenish tint. So overall, yes, the lack of OIS shows a bit in night mode photos. And one interesting thing that I noticed, even in normal mode, if you take a selfie and then you go to night mode and you take a selfie, even the normal selfie takes a lot of light, and once you switch to night mode, it's overall sharper. So the sensor is capturing a lot of light.
And now a lot of people don't like this portrait video mode, but I kind of like it.
Now you get Dimensity 1200 Max. Previous year, you had Dimensity 1200 on OPPO Reno7 Pro. Now, what's the difference between Dimensity 1200 and Dimensity 1200 Max? Well, OPPO has worked closely with MediaTek to bring more cores and performance improvement for the camera processing. So, in day-to-day tasks, is the same as OPPO Reno7 Pro. It is fast, multitasking is better. One good thing is you get 12GB LPDDR4X RAM and 256GB UFS 3.1 storage. But the good thing is the base variant is 12GB and 256GB, which is nice. In casual gaming BGMI, see here, so you can play smooth graphics, extreme or 60 FPS, or maximum it can go to 40 FPS HDR graphics. So we'll play in smooth 60 FPS. It looks smooth. Oh!
The blue team has scored for the first time!
No mercy!
So we are getting constantly 59, 60 FPS. So performance is not that bad.
Nice shot!
Nice shot. Thank you. And I've been playing it for some time.
Expired!
I don't want to play. So we've been playing it for some time, and you see there's not much heating as well. It's a bit warm in this portion, but it's not bad, and the performance is really consistent. But again, it's not a gaming phone. Finally, software is somewhere where things are a bit tricky. See, you get ColorOS 12, which is the latest, but it is based on Android 11. Now, one thing to say is OPPO gives you 2 years of Android updates and 4 years of security updates on Reno series. Now, there is no ad in the Reno series. You get few bloatware which can be easily uninstalled, like we mentioned in the unboxing of the phone. And since everyone is going with Google Dialer, you have...
This call is now being recorded.
Now, one interesting way to record call is you can use Truecaller or any other third-party calling app from the Play Store. It helps you to record calls without announcement, but the volume is a bit low. Now, 2 things I found very interesting in the OS is, first of all, see here, I have a Slack notification now. See, now I can read the text. Hello, Manu. So now when Mrinar walks in, see, the notification is now hidden. So this is an anti-peeping feature. Not that I have anything to hide from you, but if they see a stranger behind your back, it just hides the notification, which is good. And just like Samsung phones, you can connect your OPPO phone to any Windows PC or laptop, and process is like, see here, I got the pop-up and done, it's connected. So now what I can do is, if I receive a call, I get a notification here and I can pick up the call from my phone. You cannot pick up the call here. And similarly, you will also get WhatsApp, Slack or any app notification you will get on your laptop as well. Now battery life is 4500 milliamp hours and you get 65 watt charging. Now it does charge really fast, like 0 to 100 in about 35 to 40 minutes. And if you're a medium user, like 3 to 4 hours of video, half an hour of gaming, it will last one entire day. But if you are a heavy user, you will have to charge by 9 to 10 at night while going to bed. Someone asked us in the SNL that should he buy
OPPO Reno7 Pro for 30. OPPO Reno7 Pro for 30 after all the discounts.
and that's the deal he's getting offline. For that price, It's a premium phone and it's good. You get all sensors, NFC as well, so I can just tap and use my headphones, connect them. 11 5G bands, good 3CA 4G carrier aggregation. Now see, at 30,000, if you want a phone for good casual use, which has a good camera to make reels or even normal uses, like I can take a photo and upload it to social media, Twitter and Instagram straight up. That's how good the photo is. It's a good buy. On that note, this is Pratik. I've tried to keep the review as practical and as clear as possible for you. Hope it helps. Like the video for that. I'll see you pretty soon.